Well, definitely where I'm at is underserved. I mean, they didn't have a physician. There was a nurse practitioner up there for a while, but she was really uncomfortable being that isolated without much support. And so when I joined the team, the main clinic is in Lapway, where they have two family docs and the nurse practitioner, and she's a lot happier being down there where she has more more hands-on support for her. And and before that, they didn't have anybody up there. They'd rotate physicians through that clinic 1 or 2 days a week. And so a lot of the patients, when I first got there, came in. We were just flooded with a lot of these people with chronic diseases like diabetes, and they hadn't been getting care because it was a good hour to hour and a half to anywhere else that they could get care. So it was kind of nice to have that impact and get their cataracts taken care of so they could see again. And had a couple people right off the bat we had to get some heart procedures on. They were getting ready to have a heart attack, and there was a lot of that. It's kind of settled down now. It's just more maintaining everybody, but still it's really satisfying getting the chance to be a part of the community and serving the underserved. That's what I went into medicine. I originally thought I was going to go back to my reservation, but I went back and did a rotation there during medical school, and it just was so obvious that the people were going to have a hard time looking at me like a physician. And I mean, a lot of them had like babysat me, or I beat them up in the 3rd grade, or I mean, it just wasn't going to work. So I think if from students coming through from a lot bigger tribes, that becomes less of an issue, where there's not, the whole tribe's related to me pretty much, and that made it really tough. So I decided then I'd just shift gears and I'd work on a reservation, but just not mine. Maybe someday can go back to that. But it's people have to be able to view you as a physician, and if that's, it's just like your grandma always thinks of you as a little kid, I mean, you never can get out of that role with them. And it's the same thing, they just looked at me as, the old joker I was when I was in school. And I just didn't want to have to deal with that, especially at the beginning of my career. But I think that going back to underserved populations was the whole reason I went into medicine. The idea I wanted. I was basically a res boy from the beginning, and still am.